Well, let me look at it a different way. The reason that people bring claims, and that's what we're trying to avoid ultimately, businesses will be trying to avoid. The reason they bring claims is typically two things. One, they've not quite understood. They've not been told all the information. They've not understood what's actually going on, the reasons behind it. There's been a breakdown in the communication. Sometimes that's a really difficult barrier to break through because sometimes people just don't want to hear it. So making sure that you get across the information, you tell people what's the situation is, and be as open and honest as possible. As I say, that if it's for financial reasons, share that financial information with people. Let them see, so that there's no suspicion as to, well, they're just using it as an excuse to sort of trim the fat, and losing out as a consequence of that. So get information across to people. So the first question is, well, why me, is another one. So going through that, if there's a selection process, making sure that selection criteria is as objective as possible, explaining it to people, get their information, get their input, if you can. So then the first point really, conversation, communication. The second one is where an employee feels that they've either not had the chance to have their say, or they've just not been heard. So making sure that there's an opportunity to consult, to get that information back into the employer, and to be responsive to it, not just to brush it under the carpet, to deal with it as much as you possibly can. People bring claims because they've not had the answers or a chance to have their say. They want effectively their day in court, because they've missed out on that opportunity so far. So keeping that communication, keeping those lines of communication working both ways, for me is probably like 80% of it, actually. You've got to get the law right. If you need advice on that, consult a lawyer. I'm available, let me know. But get that information across to people, make sure they understand it, make sure they've had every opportunity to say what they want to say. And 9 times out of 10, there's understanding, because you're not choosing to do this just for the sake of it.